Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to share a quick message with you. Let's do some quick math. Imagine making $50,000 a year, and it would take you 20 years to become a millionaire with zero bills and zero money spent. 50,000 a year would take you 20 years with no bills and no expenses, not even buying one meal, and you would become a millionaire. So I'm saying, God, you start to add bills to that and say 40 years, and it's just inflation. And guys, the system is built very strategically. Look at the system as a circle, and within that system are different components. The business owner that gets taxed 40%, that's a small business owner, his salary reduces way low. They keep him within that systematic bubble. Your average employee that makes 100,000 or below is also within that systematic bubble. And so I'm saying the only way to break out of that systematic bubble is to do something different and unique. And so they've also placed taxes upon doing unique things like selling scissors on the side, making another side business. You still get taxed, but there are loopholes. So I'm saying, like, if you look at anyone who's rich, they didn't get that way with a job. I mean, so it isn't like they showed up to work and just became rich. And so they had a unique strategy that, whether they did it on purpose, whether they were taught to do it, whether they did it on accident like I'm doing it. But I'm just bringing it to light to you guys. It's not okay to make 50,000 a year. It's not okay to make 100,000 a year. Unless you want to be within that systematic bubble. And within that systematic bubble, you have someone gets, God forbid you get cancer or a terminal disease, you might not be able to facilitate the care for that. So I'm just saying, if you really think about it and start to look at your map as a whole, at least think 5 years ahead if you can, 10. Look at your map as a whole and route it to where you want your lifestyle to be, where you want to be, what direction you want to be in. They trap you guys by having you get a job and just show up to that job every day. If you really think about it, you have 100 years to live, meaning you could live 70 years, you could live 100 years, you could live 50 years, you have approximately at the most 100 years to live. Do you really want to spend that 100 years just showing up and doing what someone else tells you to do, to be in that systematic bubble to where you're almost playing society's game? I wouldn't do that if I were you. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be foisted upon a game that society plays. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or any weird shit like that. I just, I think about math a lot, and I think about, what everybody gets paid, and that doesn't do anything. And then I think about the taxes that they impose, and they do all that in a certain great fashion to be able to keep everyone somewhat enslaved. So I would break out of that if I were you, and we can, if everyone does that as a whole, a lot will change. But if you sit there and you're lazy enough to, number one, if you're working 5 days a week, that's lazy. And here goes every other excuse to be like, oh, well, I have kids. I want to spend time with my kids. You're a lazy sack of shit. And so if you really cared about your kids, you'd want to get some coin together. That way you can solidify them and make sure that they're above you, right? So, I mean, you spending time with them, and what are you going to instill? Your poor ideology of not being the hardest worker in the room. You only work 5 days. You're not the hero, dude. It's go to work, get the bag, educate your children on them being able to facilitate a bag. Look, I'm not against school. If you want to go to school, make sure it's a high-paying degree, and make sure, again, they structure that same degree thing to where Johnny gets out of school and you got a business degree. I know many people that got that same innocuous degree. You got a business degree, you owe $15,000, and I'm just saying on the low end, you got unsubsidized, subsidized loans, a couple of them. You owe $15,000. You probably owe more than that, but I'll go on the light end. You owe $15,000. you don't have the money that a business owner has, so 15,000 to you is everything. So you're 15,000 in debt when you leave, and your business degree pays about what you're going to make at Amazon. So I'm saying, you went to run-of-the-mill Hill College, UNM. That doesn't do anything for you. So if you pick a degree, make sure it's a degree, doctor, lawyer, engineer, architect, and a bunch of other good degrees that lead to a good paycheck. And then not only that paycheck won't take you to the finish line, but what we do with that paycheck will be like step number 2. So step number 1 is to, get into a position where you could make as much money as you can. And then, as your individual self can make, some of us will make more, some of us will make less. There's people that make less than I do, and there's people that make a lot more than I do. I keep evolving every day to make more because, I like this game of life, I want to do good at it. So it's fun to me. Like it's fun to you to go on a trip and that you can't afford. It's fun to me to make money, and I don't really spend it, guys. So it isn't like, you know what I mean? I want to construct it up, and then I want to do something and keep honing it. And I just want to see if my system works. And I made this system up, so this system could be shit. But so far the system's doing pretty good. And this system for me is doing much better than any system that I could ever have of any job. So it's like, I'm not going to report to work for $50,000 a year. There's no way on God's green earth I'd rather be in prison. There's just no way. Look, if you're working for that low, step your game up, dude. Evolve yourself. Make yourself better so you can make more. Quit being a lazy sack of shit. Because I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you don't, what are you doing to evolve yourself? So look, what are some of the things you can do to evolve yourself? Whatever job you're at, if you're making $15 an hour, start to look for a job that pays more. So if you got to go back to school, go back to school. If you got to go to a trade school, go to a trade school. I got a company called DVR, and they'll pay for any trade school that you want. So just look them up online, DVR rehabilitation program. Anybody can get into it. I have a loophole in the program. So if you think that you're not qualified for the program, I can tell you easily how to get qualified in 24 hours to that program. So just hit me up and I could do that for you. If you already have a degree, let's put it to fucking use. If you got a shitty degree, like a history degree, then you better start some business on the side, utilize what you know in history and put it to work and make some money. Look at Pawn Stars, how the homie knows everything about history. That's a shitty degree to have. He made the most out of his historical knowledge. But anyway, if you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, let me know. Let me know what some of your ideas are. And that's it, guys. I just want to say have a good day. And hey, look, this is 1821. This is a shampoo. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It's a 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, everything else. And guys, let me know if you want me to talk about anything. Comment on anything. Mike Tyson's fight. Mike Tyson showing his ass. That was weird. Mike Tyson walking out like an old man. But all right, guys, I'm going to get to work. And I appreciate you guys. And just let me know if you want me to talk about anything in the comments. All right, later.